Sir, I can't see your screen.
Yeah, just a moment. Just a moment. Check.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Sir wrote.
Yes, Aditya. All right. Yeah.
Done, sir.
Okay. All right. So shall we start, or should we wait for other students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, start.
All right. All right. Okay. So we are going to study about the kingdom planting. During last year, we already have studied the classification of living organisms, right? Where we studied that the living organisms are classified or categorized as prokaryotes and eukaryotes, right? Do you all remember?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So can you tell me what are prokaryotes and what are eukaryotes? So we are talking about kingdom planting. Kingdom. So we write about kingdom planting. Yeah, before that, let's take a recall of the concepts that we studied last year. Yeah, prokaryotes. What are prokaryotes? Yes. What are prokaryotes?
Single cell organism.
Unicellular. Yes.
Single cell organism.
Single cell organism or unicellular organism. That is what we call prokaryotes. Then what are eukaryotes?
So
What are
double cell.
eukaryotes?
Multicellular organism.
Multicellular.
Multicellular.
Multicellular organism.
Yeah. Eukaryotes are the multicellular organisms. Okay. But somehow they may have organisms of single cell. So prokaryotes included unicellular as well as multicellular. Okay, then after we studied about their yeah, that is monera, which come under prokaryotes. Then we studied eukaryotes. The unicellular organism come under eukaryotes are protists, right? Protista. And then multicellular, in that category we studied about the kingdom plantae and animalia. Okay, so further we studied that kingdom plantae may have autotrophic or heterotrophic. Okay, so accordingly we bifurcate them as autotrophic and heterotrophic. So plants are almost all autotrophic, right? And there are certain heterotrophs also.
Yes.
We categorize them as fungi. We categorize them as fungi, right? So we studied about the kingdom fungi as well, right? And then the last kingdom
Yes.
was
Yes.
animalia. So now we will
Animalia.
consider now out of those five kingdoms, kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom uh, fungi, kingdom Plantae, and kingdom Animalia. So these were the five kingdoms that we studied last year. Now this year in this particular topic, we are going to concentrate only on kingdom Plantae. Okay, so we can say that Plantae plants are further categorized as autotrophic or heterotrophic. Some are autotrophic as we have studied earlier, and some are heterotrophic. Okay, now let's see on what basis the classification of plant is done. Okay, so for which we'll go through the content given in your textbook. Before that, let us write about the kingdom Plantae. Okay, let's write about the kingdom Plantae. So write down, yeah. Uh, Yeah, so kingdom Plantae is a group of autotrophic living organisms having eukaryotic cells with cell walls are what we call plants. Kingdom Plantae, write about kingdom Plantae. It included or it consists of it consists of it consists of the group of the group of the group of autotrophic autotrophic living organisms. What's wrong with this? Autotrophic living organisms. Okay, autotrophic living organisms having eukaryotic cell eukaryotic cell with cell walls. Eukaryotic cell with cell walls. Okay, now we will write here autotrophs autotrophs they are okay, so let's write autotrophs. These are the organisms. These are the organisms which produces or synthesize their own food. And heterotrophs, these are the organisms which depend on Ishrat, do not draw anything on screen. It depends on other organisms for their food. Okay, so we have written about the kingdom Plantae. So this kingdom Plantae from the group of autotrophic living organisms having eukaryotic cell. The group of autotrophic living organisms having eukaryotic cells with cell walls. These are very important points. So just highlight or underline these things so that you will get to know about it. If you are asking to write about the kingdom Plantae, then this point will be helpful. Okay. What is kingdom Plantae? It is a group of autotrophic living organisms. Okay. Having what? Having eukaryotic cells with cell wall. All right. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Now let's go to the content. See what is given. Yeah, this is what we studied last year. five kingdoms: kingdom Monera, Protista, Plantae, Fungi, and Animalia. So Plantae is the kingdom with autotrophs, and fungi is the kingdom with heterotrophs, or saprophytes are also there. Okay, and then animals is a different kingdom. The organisms are found with eukaryotic cell but without cell wall. Okay, without cell wall. All right. Yeah, so here it is mentioned the group of autotrophic living organisms having eukaryotic cells with cell walls is the group of plants. Yeah, and plants have become autotrophic as they can perform photosynthesis with the help of chlorophyll. Now we already have talked about chlorophyll. Yeah, remember chlorophyll makes the plant autotrophic. Yeah, it is very important element in case of plants. Yeah, it is a kind of green pigment. Yeah, chlorophyll is the green pigment which give them a green color to their leaves, to their stem, whatever part of plant is there. Okay, so chlorophyll is the green pigment which helps in the process called photosynthesis. Okay, and living organisms of kingdom Plantae are the main source of food for all other living organisms. So these are the producers, as all we have studied earlier. Okay, so plants are producers, animals are consumers, right? And there are decomposers as well, which get fed upon decayed matter. Yeah, that's what we discussed. So let's make another point and let's write about what makes plant autotrophic. Tell me what makes plant autotrophic.
Chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll.
Yeah, so
Chlorophyll.
yes, the green pigment called chlorophyll makes the plant autotrophic. Okay, and it helps in the process called photosynthesis. So let's
Photosynthesis.
write about it. Yes, chlorophyll. Chlorophyll. Yeah, it is a green pigment. It is a green pigment which helps plant in the process called photosynthesis, and thus it makes the plant autotrophic. Following this,
Yes, sir.
shade it with a different color. Okay, it is a green pigment. Let's highlight this as well. It is a green pigment and it helps in the process called photosynthesis, and it makes the plant autotrophic. So these are very important points. Just highlight and underline this. Done?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Done.
Yes, sir.
Alright. Now again let's go through the content. See, basis for classification. On what basis plants are classified further? And what are the criteria for the classification? Then the way we have studied the levels of hierarchy which Whittaker has used, right? Rather, Carl Linnaeus has used for binomial nomenclature of living organisms, right? In the same way, there are some criteria that need to be followed while classifying plants into different types. Okay, now the first thing is the presence or absence of organs is the first criterion for classification of plants. Okay, Then the next criteria, the presence or absence of separate conducting tissues, right? The tissues like what we can say, xylem and phloem. These are the very special tissues that plant has got, okay, and which help them to in the process of conduction of water and food. Yeah. So presence or absence of separate conducting tissues is the another criteria for the classification of plants. Okay. Now the next criteria is, do the plants bear seeds? If they, then whether the seeds are enclosed, in fruit or not, is again an important criteria for the classification of plants. Okay. Now these plants are further grouped depending upon the number of cotyledons in the seeds, whether it is monocot or whether it is dicot. Okay. So cotyledonous plants are there, so which are further categorized as cotyledon and monocot and dicot. Okay. So these are the criteria which we need to follow while classifying the plants into their different types. So let's write about these criteria. Now let's make a point and write down criteria for the classification of plants. Okay. Make a new point and write down criteria for the classification of plants. Okay. So let's write one by one all the criteria. Can you see this word file?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's write. So first criteria was the presence or absence of organs. The first criteria, the presence or absence of organs. Next criterion was the presence or absence of separate conducting tissues. The presence or absence of separate conducting tissues. Next criteria was, do the plants bear seeds? Whether the plants bear seeds or not. Whether the plants bear seeds or not was the third criteria. Okay. If suppose plants bearing seeds, then whether those seeds are enclosed in fruit or not is again the important criteria for the classification, based on which we have categorized them as yes. First we'll talk about the sub-kingdoms of plant, that is cryptogam and phanerogam, and later phanerogams are further classified based on the these criteria, whether the plant has got seeds or not, and if yes, plant has got seeds, then whether it is enclosed in fruit or not, depending on which phanerogams are further classified as yes, gymnosperm and angiosperm. So what is that actually? So we will discuss in detail later. Just for now, just concentrate on these criterions. Uh, Three criteria we have written, right? Whether the presence of or absence of organs, the presence or absence of separate conducting tissues for the conduction of water and food. Okay, that is There are very important and special tissues, that is what we call xylem and phloem.
Fluent.
Xylem and phloem, these are the two special tissues that plants got, okay, and which help in the conduction of and water. All right, that is xylem and phloem. Next, fourth criteria we can write whether the plants bear seeds or not, whether the seeds are enclosed in fruit or not, whether the seeds are enclosed in fruit or not. This is the fourth criteria that we use while classifying the plants. All I have done with this 4 points. Shall I
Yes.
scroll it?
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Now the next criteria is, okay. Okay. So now listen. Apart from these things, yeah, depending upon the absence or presence of flowers as well. Depending upon the absence or presence of flowers, fruits and seeds, plants are further classified as cryptogam and phanerogam. Okay, so we'll make a note. We'll make a note and we'll write. So these are the basic 4 criteria, and another one we will add whether the plants bear flowers or not. Okay, so these are the 5 criteria we can say, and next we'll make a note and we'll write the important note. So we'll share it with a different color. Let's color it, write important note. Yes, so depending upon depending upon the presence or absence of flowers, fruits and seeds, plants are classified further as or classified into their sub-kingdoms called cryptogam and phanerogam. Just copy this. Yeah. Let me know once you are done with this one.
Done, sir.
Yeah.
No, sir, please
So
wait.
that, yeah. Right. So here we will write the kingdom Plantae. Kingdom Plantae is categorized into two basic types, or basic, what we can say. One is cryptogam and other one is phanerogam. Kingdom Plantae is further categorized into two sub-kingdoms. Okay, here we will write sub-kingdoms, cryptogam and phanerogam. Sub-kingdom, cryptogam and phanerogam. Yeah. Now we will try to study about, or will try to understand about cryptogam in detail. What is it basically? Okay, and what kind of plants it consists of. So we'll study about that. Have you all done with this?
Yes, sir.
So below this, make a new point and write cryptogam, subkingdom, subkingdom, cryptogam. Okay, so let's go to the content. See, yeah, further if you go through this theory, then you will get again, depending upon whether seeds are enclosed within a fruit or not, phanerogams are classified as gymnosperms and angiosperms. So here below this phanerogam, you can write, you can just mention, yes, phanerogams are further classified or categorized as gymnosperm, gymnosperm and angiosperm, gymnosperms and angiosperm. Okay, so phanerogams are further categorized as gymnosperms and angiosperms.
Sir, can't your paint window?
So me too.
Check, check.
Yes,
Now check.
Yes, now.
Yeah.
sir.
Based on whether the plants bearing fruits, whether the plants having seeds enclosed within a fruit or not, depending on which the phanerogams are classified further as gymnosperms and angiosperms. Okay, whereas angiosperms are further classified. Angiosperms are what? The plants bearing fruit with seed enclosed. Okay, angiosperms are the plants bearing fruits with seeds enclosed. All right, now अभी वो seed bear कर रहा है, मतलब we need to look after whether this seed is dicot or monocot. Okay, depending upon the number of cotyledons in the seeds, we categorize them as monocot or dicot. So further, angiosperms are classified as monocots and dicots. So let's write about that. Angiosperms are further categorized as, we'll write here, angiosperms are further categorized as monocot and dicot. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, so shall we start with subkingdom Cryptogram?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go to this subkingdom Cryptogram. Before that, let me know ये सब समझ में आ रहा है? We started with our new topic,
Yes, sir.
classification of
Yes,
plants.
sir.
Our aim is to study in detail about the classification of plants. Basic concepts हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं kingdom plantae के बारे में. We have gone through the concepts of autotrophs and heterotrophs. Okay, now we will study in detail about cryptogams and phanerogams. Right, so we started with the kingdom Plantae, where we discussed that it consists of the group of autotrophic living organisms which are having eukaryotic cell with cell wall. Then we have written about the autotrophs and heterotrophs. Then what makes the plant autotrophic? That's what we have written. So the green pigment called chlorophyll makes the plant autotrophic because it helps them in the process called photosynthesis. Okay. Then we studied about different criterions that need to be followed while classifying plants into their different types. And we studied that presence or absence of organs as well as presence or absence of separate conducting tissues like xylem and phloem. Then on the basis of whether the plant bears seeds or not, we classified them further as cryptogam and phanerogam. Okay. Now whether these seeds are enclosed in a fruit or not, based on which we classified them further as gymnosperms and angiosperms. Okay. Now whether the plants bear flowers or not, so this that angiosperm is further categorized as monopod and dipod. So we will study in detail about all these things. Let's write with first subkingdom, that is cryptogam. Okay, so now let's make a new point and write about subkingdom cryptogam. Okay, so now let's write. First we'll go through the theory and then we'll start writing about it. So let's go through it. Yeah. See, cryptogams are further divided into different types like Halophyta, Bryophyta, and Pteridophyta. We'll study in detail about all these three divisions, okay, which come under that, yes, cryptogams, which do not bear any seed, okay. See, there is one activity given. You are asking to observe. So search for a pond with greenish water. Now collect some of the green fibers from the water. Now put the fibers in petri dish and wash them clean with water. Now put one of the fiber in a drop of water on a glass slide and spread it out straight. Now observe this slide under the compound microscope. Okay, what you will see? You will see the spirally arranged green thread-like chloroplast. Okay, that structure is given over here. Yeah, so this is the structure. And what do we call this structure as? It is spirogyra. It is a spirogyra, right? It's a kind of algae. It is a kind of algae. Algae, do you remember algae? We also have studied about algae during last year. You all remember? Okay, now listen, we will continue this discussion. For now, we'll get auto